All right, we're gonna start here. Okay, I want to start off with this, John. I'm very happy that you brought up about whatever you said you were wanting to buy some card or something. I wanted to start off with this. Can we all just sit back and realize
Fucking guy,
that
man.
we're all
It's the
screwed in this
fucking
hobby?
worst.
If Jay Cutler card did it freeze already?
Yeah.
God damn it! Right
Take
off the
three.
bat. All right, marking
Take
it.
3.
All
Cut,
right,
print,
in
check the gate,
3,
moving.
2, 1, here we go. Okay. Can we all sit back and realize that we're screwed in this hobby if 101 Jay Cutler cards are selling for over $12,000?
What are you talking about, man?
Why can't I buy a 101 of Jay Cutler for less than $100?
Damn. It's a good question.
Like, he's not a Hall of Famer. He didn't win a Super Bowl. I mean, for, being Bears fans, I can, we would love to have him, but why is his 101 Black Prism Finite over $12,000?
I have no idea, man. Maybe it's a hardcore Bears fan. Or it's
Maybe
Jay.
maybe he bought it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was like, maybe
Jay
he
bought
bought it.
That would be awesome. But in 2025, like you just hit that's the record. What Fanatics put out, they said that's the record for Jay Cutler.
Yeah, why that card?
Because I think everyone's just obsessed with 101s now.
Yeah, I was going to do a quick look to see if that's his only one of one, maybe. Because I'm like, yeah, why? Because it's just him in a Bears uniform.
Good
Some
point.
random
Not
year.
even
I don't
a rookie.
even...
It's not even his rookie card. Or is that like the first print? Is that like the first time they've done black? But still, regardless,
That
why
might
is
be
that
it.
card not $100?
Because that's where the hobby is, man.
You want to know
Jay.
something crazy? The other day I bid on a card. It was a PSA 8. PSA 8. It was an exquisite upper deck rookie of Andres Nocioni.
Sweet.
Nice.
Autographed, numbered out at 225. I'm like, you know what?
That's a good
That's
pull.
a cool card.
Yeah.
I would love to just have that for the collection. I was like, I'll bid $20. Nope. Wasn't higher. Instantly, just, you're not the highest bidder. I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to buy this for more than $20. That card sold for $51.
Damn.
Nice.
Where did you,
Good for Andres.
It was not one of the main, I can't remember. It was obviously clear they had I think well over 12,000 feedback or something. So it was a popular company. I've never heard of them before, but still $51 for a PSA 8 Andres Nocioni. Why can't I buy that card for $20?
Yeah. I think that's actually good discussion to be had. I feel like the DC Sports COMC, who is my arch nemesis, and other consignment agencies, when they list their cards and they're all consignment, I think a lot of people bid up every single card. Like if it's your card on consignment, there's got to be some shill bidding going on.
Probably.
And I feel like that's what happened with this Andres Nocioni card. That's why I asked, because I thought that if it was just some random seller, I feel like no way the card would sell for more than $30. But once you send it to a big consignment agency, it opens the door for other people to just shill up their cards.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I've
sorry,
noticed
Jason.
I've noticed that with DC. I've noticed that with DC sports cards. I've noticed that with Probstein. I mean, obviously we always saw it with PWCC. PWCC was always out, selling everybody on eBay until they were accused of shill bidding, and then they dipped. But yeah, I would probably think, I mean, I would like to think it's probably just a loyal fan base and a loyal customers who come back. I mean, again, I buy a lot from those consignment companies because I have that sense of safety that I'm buying a card. I know it's a legit card. I know they must be doing their research into it. So I could see that, but I just think the hobby is getting if a Jay Cutler card's selling for over $12,000 and I can't get an Andres Nocioni PSA 8 for less than 50, what's going on, man?
Yeah. It's a great question, Jason. What do you think's going on?
I just like we've been talking about, I just think it's all high end. Like everyone's just willing to like just spend whatever amount of money to get the cards that they want. And even the cards that you think are should be cheap, they're not going cheap anymore unless you're buying Rex Grossman rookies or I mean it's
Any card we buy.
yeah, if we buy a card that market's automatically gonna go down. So we just we
So
just have
sad.
yeah, it's bad. But we'll knock out show and tell first because there is a couple of topics that we do want to discuss in this episode. We've been talking a lot in the episode in our group chat about the gambling aspect of the hobby and kind of ways that you can possibly eliminate the gambling from the hobby, ways that maybe you can try to better yourself and better, yourself in profits rather than trying to, buy one card in hopes that card's going to go up and make money off of it. So I would like to kind of get your guys' opinion on that. We can discuss about Dick's Sporting Goods practically turning into a hobby shop now. They have tables for breaks and stuff, like, because Dick's Sporting Goods needs that. So, but let's get into a little bit of show and tell. And then, oh, John, we won't forget about the little conspiracy with the PSA card vault. Because, yeah, we definitely need to talk about that because that, not good.
Good at all.
All right. But let's see. Let's see some cards. Who wants to go first? I went first last week, so somebody else can go first. Somebody toss up a card. Toss up a card, any card.
I'll go. Oh, oh
Oh,
damn.
he's coming in hot.
That's one hell of a card.
Yeah, the
Hell yeah.
Japanese
I was
blue
gonna
eyes
say,
white dragon.
yep.
I
One of
Coming
the
in hot.
I forgot what year this is from, but yeah, I like that these cards are majority artwork. Maybe the predecessor to full arts, I don't know. But yeah, it's cool. It looks like the cards that they played the
exactly.
season 1 of the anime. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting that easy. So I have that and the Dark Magician.
Hell yeah.
Do you have the Dark Magician with you right now?
I mean, it's in my binder, yeah.
Did you wait? Did you buy that or did you have it as a kid?
No, I bought that.
Do you still have your Yu-Gi-Oh cards as a kid?
Listen, man, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, it's a soft spot, man, because I had a good deck.
I'm pretty sure we all probably had really killer decks, and
Still do.
yeah, I'll bet you do. You probably are. You're sitting on 100 Jinzos.
I've got quite a few Jinzos for sure. Yeah, we got a lot.
All right, who's
Awesome.
next? Who's going next?
I will go next because it looks like Luke over there's eating.
Luke's just chomping away.
Chomping, chatting. So this card I actually won recently in a Cards HQ break because Haley was breaking cards in Cards HQ, and they did some of those repacks that Jeff is involved with now with PSA, and I bought a few teams because they were ripping both the mystery / repacks and they were ripping Topps Chrome, and I was buying random teams and I got the Reds. And I hit this card inside the repack. It is a 1964
Damn,
Topps Pete Rose PSA 4.
that's cool.
I know. It's for people who are not super into vintage, it's essentially like Pete Rose's first card of him by himself. His rookie card is probably one of the ugliest rookie cards ever. It's just 4 floating heads, including Pete Rose's.
Yeah, he's
But,
also ugly.
So yeah, there's that. And yeah, it's a card that I hit inside the break. I was pretty excited because I really wasn't expecting any sort of vintage card to be part of the repack / chases. So
that's cool. Wish it was Johnny Bench.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Johnny Bench is awesome.
Hey, who's worse, Pete Rose or Shohei Ohtani?
Pete Rose, 100%.
You sure?
I don't know.
Yes.
Ohtani's getting up there,
sure?
man.
You talking as a person?
Yeah.
A proven person? Yeah, Pete Rose, 100%.
What if it's proven about Shohei?
What, that he gambled?
Yeah, well, yeah, and then this whole
Well, then he needs
real
to be
estate.
like. Then he needs to.
Let's not
Then
talk about this. Let's go to the.
Let's go to
it's
Luke's
Pete
card.
Rose for sure.
All right, Luke, you want to go or you want me to go?
I can go. I have two cards. They're both raw. I'll show them at the same time. So, one of them, so they're both professional arm wrestlers. Okay. One of them is of John Brzenk. The other one is of Devin Larratt. The one, Devin Larratt's card is a patch card. So, oh, fuck. Holy shit. It just fell out of the top loader.
Awesome.
Oh man, we're keeping that
Oh
in.
my God. What the heck, man? Okay. So, take two on this. These are professional arm wrestlers. These are two of my favorites. I would probably say I'm still a casual arm wrestling watcher, fan, or whatever. Um, but Devin Larratt is the guy that got me into arm wrestling. He's really entertaining to watch. He's one of the best. Um, and he's still competing at a high level. So I wanted to get a card of his, and same for John Brzenk. This guy's 61 years old, and he just recently won a pro match in a East vs West tournament. So, um, part really like deep cut into the ancillary sports, but eventually gonna try to get these slabbed. Probably SGC.
You got any schoolboy?
No, I don't even think he's like not even.
Does he not arm wrestle anymore?
No, he does, but
Oh, he does.
he's
Okay.
like not. I don't know. I don't look at rankings, but I would guess he's like not even top 25.
Because I remember like what was it, a couple years ago, like he was really big. Did you ever watch any of like Larry Wheels? Like when he
Yeah,
was getting into it?
yeah,
Yeah, Larry Wheels they would talk about him. But Devin Larratt, he was training Larry Wheels a lot. He would
yeah.
go in into his videos. Those were always
Mhm,
cool to watch.
yeah. And actually, that reminds me that I kind of lied. So Devin Larratt is the wrestler that kept me watching. Schoolboy actually got me into the sport because on my YouTube feed, initially his videos were recommended to me. I watched a couple, and of course, like everybody else, we're thinking, wow, there's this like kind of dorky looking guy with glasses, and he's beating everybody in an
Mm-hmm.
arm wrestling match. Lo and behold, he's not one of the best, but he's still like really talented. But then, you know, I keep digging. I find the pro leagues and like a lot of other videos, and Devin Larratt's just really fun to watch, and he's one of the best, and et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, I watch too much arm wrestling videos.
That's
But
awesome.
I got two cards, so
Can't
all
believe they actually
juiced up
have
about
trading
that.
cards of them.
Me too.
Like that's really cool.
Yeah, especially a patch, which I
Is it
wish I had
Leaf?
expected
It's
this
got to be
card a little bit
Leaf.
more before I bought it, because this would get like a 5. But whatever, who
It's
cares?
cool. Yeah, it's
Well, I mean, a 4 after you threw it on the ground. So
Yeah.
all
All right,
right.
Jason.
Here we go. Showing this my
Hey.
Vlad Senior
there you go for
rookie
you,
card,
Luke.
PSA 9, courtesy of John. Thank you, John, for getting me this card. This is one of the first PSA slabs that I've ever had for my collection. John gifted it to me, but the reason why I'm showing it
Well, here we go.
is because the other day, goofing or not, Luke wanted to sit there and say Pete Crow Armstrong was better than Vlad Sr., a Hall of Famer. So I needed to show Vlad some love. He's my all-time favorite non-Cubs player. Right here is Vlad Sr. 318 batting average for his career, almost 449 career home runs, over 2,500 hits. He's a former MVP, 9-time All-Star, 8-time Silver Slugger, home run derby champ.
And
But
still not as good as
I guess the
PCA.
guy who's playing in his first full season of baseball is better than the Hall of Famer. So
For the record, I did not say what you said. I did not say that PCA is better than Vlad Guerrero. So proof that Jason just reads and hears what he wants to
okay,
read and hear.
okay. Go back
Let me have
and
it.
read.
Let me have it, dude.
Go back and read it because you basically
No, I think you need to go back and read it.
No, I am sure you sat there. You put in the chat that he was better. That PCA is better than Vlad Senior.
I did not say that.
All right. Well, We'll go and check after recording's done.
We know
We'll
for
check.
sure Luke was thinking it.
Yeah, he definitely was thinking it. He just didn't say it. Just to piss me off. Everybody loves just to get me all riled up. I don't know why. Except for Eric. Eric just
Oh my God, man. You rile yourself up, and then it's
John loves
everybody
to get
else's
me riled up.
Yeah,
Really?
you rile
Really, John?
you rile yourself up. I
John,
didn't say what you said.
Stuff? Do you not send stuff? Really? Oh my lord!
I
What
didn't
is
say-
going
okay,
on?
Was
you
I
guys know
was
exactly
I riling?
what you're doing.
Was I stirring the pot? Yes, I
We're
was.
definitely
I was.
stirring the pot.
So
I
how
was
am I
getting you
riling
going.
myself up?
I was
How am I
getting you
riling
going.
myself up? If both you and John knowingly stir the pot, but it's my fault that I get pissed by it, but you guys are doing it to get me riled up.
You
I
poke the
stir
bear and then
pot.
blame the bear.
No,
Exactly. That's what I used to say to John all the time. You
Yeah,
can't get
that's-
mad at the bear. If you're poking the bear and the bear turns around and bites you, you can't get mad at the bear.
Okay, here's what happens. I knock on the door to the cave, and the bear attacks.
John,
That's what's going on here.
Say on this podcast right now that you don't purposely send stuff in the chat. They piss me off. Exactly.
Send things in the chat to start a discussion, and then Jason gets hella pissed. And it's like,
really?
here-
Because then you send gifts and you're like,
those are funny. I send those to be funny. What's the most recent example? Fuck, man. There's so many examples.
Let's move on. Let's move on because you guys are in the
I'll
wrong.
think
move
of
on.
it.
No, just for before we
guys are
move
in the
on,
wrong.
just for the record, we need to to tell the full story. We need to back up just a little bit. Eric is actually the one that started the PCA versus Vlad Senior thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so he's not innocent in all of this. And actually, what he said it isn't.
Nuh-uh.
We
Not
can't
me.
Yes.
What did you say me for? Huh?
You
What did you
sent
say
it
me
first.
for?
You
Yeah,
sent it
you.
first.
Okay.
Whoa!
Here's
Let's
what
go
was
back.
said. Here's what was said, everybody.
Well, yeah, it was said in the podcast episode.
Eric said that something like PCA is better at hitting balls outside of the zone than Vlad Guerrero Sr.
False.
He didn't say better. He said it's compared. He compared the two, which I then got upset because I don't
See?
like when young talent is compared to Hall of Fame legends.
Prime example.
That's how you do it, though. Like you see somebody doing something similar to
Luke. You agreed with me in the group chat and said, yeah, pick an active player. That's what you pick an active player, not a Hall of Fame legend.
Okay.
No.
Oh my
Time
God,
out. But this is a perfect example.
I need to find. Hold on.
This okay. While you're looking, prime example. Eric said, "Wow, PCA hits the ball similar to Vlad. He's hitting balls out of the zone." And then Jason goes, "Oh, you're saying Pete Crow Armstrong is a better hitter than Vlad Senior?"
No.
That's what happens.
Don't do that. That is not. No, I just said I don't like
the
when
comparison.
they are comparison.
But why
can't
you? Why can't you?
Because
doesn't like
they're done with their careers. Like you're comparing it to somebody who's in the Hall of Fame. Like pick an active player?
Okay,
PCA's in his first full season of baseball. How are
but
you
we're not saying like
comparing-
PCA is better than this guy or that guy. I agree with that concept if we're saying if we're just comparing the full career of PCA versus the full career of Vlad Guerrero Sr. In with that respect, I would say wait until every player is done until you compare them to retired players. But if Eric is just looking at one technique or one style of play of PCA, yeah, let's draw these comparisons. PCA hitting balls outside the zone reminds him of Vlad Guerrero Sr. That's a good thing.
Yeah. And all I said was I just don't like when they're compared to it. I never said that Eric said that PCA was better. You then jumped in and stirred the pot.
This is months later, by the way, because I'm referring to the first time that Eric said that, which was
I just gave my opinion that don't.
No,
I
you were
don't like
mad
when
at that. You were mad at that.
Don't compare. I just don't like it. I don't like it.
But that's what I'm saying.
I'm not mad at Eric for saying it. I disagree. I
disagree with
disagree. I disagree with what Eric said. That's not me being mad at the guy. Like, I'm not pissed. I'm not all riled up. You guys get me. You guys understand. You get me riled up.
Okay, then for my own understanding, I just want to be sure what you are or are not pissed about. So when Eric said his thing about PCA hitting balls outside the zone, same as Vlad Guerrero, you are fine with that comparison, but just not
Don't
like
if you want to compare a young talent in any sport, sure, in any sport, don't compare, a rookie in basketball to Michael Jordan. Don't do that.
yeah, yeah. But
Like if
what if Eric said, oh, player player John Smith shoots his mid range like his form is similar to Michael Jordan. We're all four of us are big MJ fans. Well, I wouldn't get pissed at that. I might
sure,
hear that and say,
that's
"Oh yeah, like yeah, his form is
your
the same."
opinion.
And
Everyone's entitled to their opinion, correct?
yeah, yes, but what I'm hung up on is why that upsets you because somebody comparing a young player to MJ in one aspect of their game
I
wouldn't
just
upset
because
me.
there's like because you're picking a Hall of Fame player. You're picking a Hall of Fame player. And not to mention, Eric did say that he was better defensively than Vlad Sr.
You did say that.
Catching the ball,
So,
catching and running,
I mean,
not
here's the
arm.
thing. Like, I just don't pick an active player. Like, if you want to pick somebody, oh, he's similar to Mike Trout. Like, oh, he plays center field like Mike Trout did, or whatever. Mike Trout's still playing. Vlad, like, to me, Hall of Fame legends, they're in a completely different category than everybody else that's playing right now.
I think Jason wanted me to compare him to like Kenny Lofton or Juan Pierre.
Sure. Sure, but I just me personally,
Kenny
until
Lofton was pretty
they
good.
get farther into their career and they're like on the back half, like a Freddie Freeman, a Manny Machado, Clayton Kershaw, all those type of players, then you can start comparing them to the legends, not the kid who's in his first full season of baseball. That's my opinion. That is simply my opinion. I'm not mad at the fact I don't think, anything that's stupid or anything like that. That is just my personal opinion.
Does that go for do you feel the same way about Judge and Otani too? Like, can you compare Judge to other MVP
Probably
slash Hall of
because I
Fame
mean
players?
Judge is already like in his 30s, like he's already on the back half of his career. So
What
Shohei
about Shohei?
Ohtani's already pushed, yeah, he's already pushing towards that age where it's like, okay, you have established yourself in the league. Like for me, I mean, okay, what if PCA has this great year, then next year he sucks?
Yeah, then I'm sure everybody's opinion would change and they would say, "Oh, PCA sucks. He's not."
Exactly my point.
Then I'll buy those cards,
Don't
baby.
rush already to choosing like J-Dom. Everybody was compared J-Dom to Mickey Mantle and Bo Jackson.
Okay, that I like. Okay, I think we kind of like 80% agree.
I get the point.
Like why
I just want to.
How are you comparing Dominguez to Mickey Mantle and Bo Jackson before he even touched an MLB field?
Totally agree.
I think those comparisons they do that for every single prospect, and I think whoever said that was probably in the ballpark of like, oh wow, he's a switch hitter, he runs fast, he defends well, he's got good power, like something you don't really see often, and the only people that you can compare J-Dom to in that instance is like Mickey and Bo. So it's similar to like, oh, they're not saying that Jason Dominguez is going to finish his career better than Mickey Mantle or better than Bo Jackson, but they're just saying the way he plays the game reminds them of those players. And that's how I
Yeah,
think most of these
sure.
comparisons happen. But you're
I
saying you
just
don't
I
want
don't
them, you don't want to, don't
pick
even
an active
mention a
player.
Hall of Famer. Okay.
Don't mention a Hall of Famer when you're talking about a prospect in baseball
Okay.
or a rookie in baseball. Like, don't you mention Hall of Famers? Yeah, when you get to the level that Aaron Judge is at or at Shohei Ohtani is at, where both of them are more than likely going to walk away with another MVP to add to their trophy room. Like,
Mhm.
compare Clayton Kershaw to any Hall of Famer because yeah, he's also going to be a Hall of Famer. But don't there's plenty of kids, there's plenty of young talent in baseball who can hit a home run on the ball outside the zone. Like Javi did that all the time.
Yeah.
Jack Caglione did it on like with one of his like first home runs that he hit when he got called up. And that shit was like his eye level. So, but
All right.
let's move on from that. Let's move on from it.
Yeah, guys, move on.
Yeah, way to go,
Yeah.
Eric.
Yeah, Eric, you're off the hook.
Yeah, way to
You're
go,
safe
Eric.
over there, man.
What?
Thanks.
How is Eric safe?
Eric, you're safe. Eric, you're good with me, man. You're good with me. John, I said, whoa, John. I said you were off the hook the last time. After what Luke said in the chat, I was like, you are definitely off the hook. Luke is now top of the list of needs a spanking.
Now you got them both riled up. Now we got to actually talk some cards here.
Yeah, now we got to talk some cards, but this is not going to rile us up because actually I want to talk about the PSA Vault stuff that you sent the other day, John. So if you can just quickly break down, or Eric, I can't keep up with who's sending what in the chat.
Eric sent it.
All right,
Well, the FedEx thing, we're going to do that? Okay.
Yeah, but who wants, John, you can break it down. Tell us about what happened with the PSA card vault and FedEx and that whole, I guess, I don't know, scandal, conspiracy, whatever you want to call it.
This is all going off of memory from the photo that Eric sent, the screenshot. So my understanding is that somebody had sent a total of 80 cards to the PSA vault. So when you submit your cards to the PSA vault, they go to the vault, they stay in the vault, and you can decide when you want to sell them. And PSA will list them on eBay, I believe. And you sell your cards to them. You don't have to worry about shipping or anything like that. They handle all the difficult parts about selling cards. When you send your cards to the PSA vault, they apparently limit you to 50 cards per submission, 50 cards at a time, I guess. And this person online says that they sent 2 packages of 40 cards at the same time. So one of those packages, 40 cards, got to the PSA vault via FedEx, no problem, sold them. Those cards are handled and they're gone. The other 40 apparently are missing. They've not been found. PSA claims they never got them. They told the guy or woman to open up a case with FedEx because they think that they were lost via FedEx. FedEx is basically giving them the runaround saying, not our problem. It says delivered or some crap like that. I don't know what it says, but he's kind of stuck between who to blame / pursue retribution from. Should PSA be responsible for these 40 cards that are missing, or should FedEx? And so he's out, I'm assuming, a good chunk of money. I had sent it in the group chat that I'd at least $1,000, assuming that they graded every single card for $25 each. I'm going to assume more than that because if you're sending, most of the time, slabbed cards are worth more than what you paid for grading. So he's out at least $1,000, and we brought it up in the group chat because it's something that people have to deal with now, and it's really in the hobby in general, but having to deal with it, sending your cards to the PSA vault is a huge pain in the ass, and it kind of opens up the door for a lack of trust and also a confusion aspect to trying to sell your cards. If I can't trust the PSA vault to handle my cards and make sure they get sold, and I can't trust FedEx, what am I supposed to do? So that's the story that I tried my best to summarize. I don't think there's any update on it. I think he's still trying to figure out who to go to for the cards.
There's not going to be.
Yeah, and
I think he's just going to be SOL. You're just shit out of luck.
And his
buy 40 cards.
His argument is that both cards were sent, both sets of 40 cards were sent at the exact same time. So how can one package
arrived on the same day, signed
okay.
by the same person? That it's in the same post. They went together, signed together. I'm guessing the fact that they were identical somehow glitched their system, and there's a box somewhere laying in that No, I think it's probably at PSA. And I think that there was I think it maybe glitched their system that they were too identical, thinking about like what went wrong. Because I'm
That
sure it's
would,
all
yeah.
automated and stuff. It's not like that person then like went and took that. Maybe, I don't know. Because like what Luke said, like who's signing for it and what are they doing with it?
Exactly.
Like immediately go to that person and be like, where is this? But he's just like, I put it on a belt versus
Probably
like,
goes
oh,
to a different person, and then
yeah, right.
whatever
It might
person
be
does
like
that.
some BS like that. Exactly.
Here's the thing. I would love to see what happens, like what goes behind the scenes in PSA with like all these cards, these millions of cards that they're grading every year and thousands of cards they're grading every month. Like, how is your like sorting system? How do you keep track of everything? Like, I would be stressed out of my mind every single day. Like
Working at PSA.
if I had the job, yeah, if I had the job of like, hey, it's your job is to sort all of this and make sure they're going in the right place. I'd be like, no, no, I don't want to be that person, you know. But John, just give your opinion on what do you think, man? Who do you think's at fault? What do you think really happened? Do you think it's just a simple, hey, we don't know what happened. The box is gone. It's lost somewhere, you know. Or do you think they got scammed?
I obviously it sucks. I like to look at both sides of every story. So I'm going to start with the PSA side. If I'm PSA, I'm going to say like, hey, for the record, maybe next time separate this out. Maybe send 40 with one tracking number and then maybe a couple days later send the other 40 with a different tracking number, because I don't know how the systems work at PSA, but let's pretend that they did get all 80 of them. Maybe they had to put 30 aside, or maybe they're like, oh, there's about 40 here. I'll put these other 40 aside so we can get to them later. And they got lost in that shuffle. Maybe that happened. Maybe the FedEx worker mixed up, I don't know, one box with another and they just never showed up. So I don't know. I'm on the PSA side. I do give blame to the guy for sending that amount of cards and not using separate tracking numbers. And whenever I send like a really big order for consignment or I do a really big grading order, I also take a video of it, not only for jelly purposes, but also for just like my own personal purposes. Because if something like this happens, which it does a lot in the hobby, I just want video record that I had these cards and they were my cards. And if somebody else finds them, like, please return them to me or notify me so I can kind of take the next steps to make sure I get my cards back or I get my cards graded. So there's that. Um, Going to this
So
guy's side. Go ahead.
so do you think that do you kind of put a little bit of fault then on the person who sent the cards?
A little bit I do, yes.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give 90% of the fault on FedEx/PSA, because especially hearing that it was signed for, it's like a done deal. Whoever, like Eric said, like Luke said, whoever signed for this, we need to know what the hell happened to these cards. And I feel like it's on PSA to handle that. And it sucks that this person is stuck in almost like a limbo between FedEx and PSA, and nobody seems to care about his cards or getting his money back. So yeah, I can see the argument for PSA and FedEx, but I'm definitely on the side of the person who sent the cards. And it's just, I don't know. How do you guys feel? What would you do differently if you were in this instance? What would you do? Like, what would you do now to get to the next level of figuring out what went wrong with the cards, getting your money
Oh, I
back?
would do nothing. For money gone for sure.
Yeah,
For
I
real?
honestly I might be just sitting back going like, I you know what? Just my luck. Like this is my luck that this would happen to me.
My God, you're
You
not going
know,
to
I
do
mean,
Sounds
there's
like he
only
did
so much you
everything.
can do. If PSA is telling you it's FedEx fault and FedEx is telling you it's PSA's fault, and both of them are just saying, "Hey, file a police report." Then what? is PSA really going to take the time to try to look through all of their vast amount of orders that are coming in to try to find your box if they did end up like misplacing it? FedEx is not going to do that either. FedEx is going to go, says it was delivered and signed for. We're done. We're done. That's that's not, you can talk to PSA. We delivered it. Somebody signed for it, and that's out of our hands.
I
So
agree.
FedEx is, and to me, FedEx is good. There's no point there. Hey, that's between you and PSA now. And PSA, they're not gonna go back for one person. If it was like Ken Golden or somebody like that, maybe they might put a little bit more attention on it. But some person that sent 80 cards, they're just gonna, hey, sorry.
Do you
Like
blame the guy
if
who
it
sent
turns
them at
up,
all?
no. No, because what do you, that's the whole point. The whole point of why you started this whole thing, it was for people to be able to send you cards. Like now you have like where you have the feature where they can buy raw cards off of it and it goes right to PSA to get graded and stuff. You know what I mean? Like you're opening up like these new features with you and your partnership with eBay. Like that's on you if you start to lose people's stuff. It's the same thing with GameStop when they started doing submission orders for PSA. GameStop was losing people's cards. Or GameStop had employees who were stealing people's cards. So you don't think that there might be a bad apple at PSA? I mean, maybe. I don't want to like always go to that route that like this person got scammed, like somebody's obviously doing some shady stuff. I just think that with the vast amount of cards that you get in on a daily basis, there's bound to be a card or two that gets lost. And it sucks, which might be honestly, which might be why a line at PSA at the Nationals 2 hours long. Because people might
Exactly
just
why.
not want to, you know what? I have a card that could be potentially valued at, $50,000. I am not sending that card in the mail.
Bingo.
I'm
That's
gonna
what I said.
wait until I send it in person and I'm gonna hand it off to you and I'm gonna pick it back up, in a couple hours.
For a lot of
So,
money.
I mean, we used to talk about that with sending our Pokemon cards, like our Charizards and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, God forbid, like, what happens if it gets lost in the mail? And now I'm screwed out of my childhood Charizard, like, you know. So that's my opinion. I mean, it's unfortunate. It sucks, but yeah, I'm with Luke. I just, damn, like I'm out 40 cards.
Eric, how
You
you
know?
feeling?
Yeah, same. I don't know what you do. You got to like badger PSA. And
That's
then
what I
at
would
some
do.
point they'll just like pay you to stop emailing them. At like, or at some sort of something like that. Cause yeah.
In
But yeah, it's probably
hindsight,
good that you have like videos of it. But he said that he had everything. He's got all the information that you need for that. Appraisals or whatever values.
Okay.
So I
It's
don't
not
know.
like
I
the
don't know what
less-
he's going to do.
Okay.
It was on
It's just,
sports
yeah.
card nonsense too.
Okay.
That was like where I think it was pulled from on Facebook.
I mean, yeah, I think at that point, PSA is just probably gonna dodge you and dodge you and dodge you until hopefully one day you just stop emailing and you
Yeah,
just
or
chalk it
that's
up as an
probably
L.
most likely what would happen. Yeah.
I mean,
That's
because
not
what are you
cool.
gonna do? You're gonna email PSA every single day?
Why not?
Hey, what are you doing about my 40 cards? What are you doing? What is PSA going to do though? What are they going to do? They're
Find them.
not going to stop. Hey guys,
Find them.
we need to find these cards, because no, they're gonna be like, sorry, dude.
What happens if you file a police report?
What are
I
the
have
police
no
gonna
idea.
do, man?
I don't know. Like, what if you get the police involved?
Police are they're gonna talk to PSA and they're gonna go, hey, what happened? Tell me your side of the story. And then
Like,
they're gonna go, okay, well,
no. What? Wouldn't you talk to the police? And they're like, okay, is there any sort of surveillance footage in this damn, I don't know, warehouse?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess you could.
Can't
sure, if they
I
want to
check the footage
actually
and see?
do that, but I'm sure that they're just gonna write a report about it, and they're probably gonna talk to the employees, because this is like, this is just, I don't know, like I said, like I don't want to sit there and say this is not a top priority, but to that, like, listen, man, like it's just this. I know I get
John's
it
so disappointed this
from a
episode.
from a collector standpoint, it sucks, dude. I would, oh my God, like losing out on 40 cards, especially if they're graded slabs or if
Yeah,
you're
they're all
valued
slabbed.
at like a
Yeah.
high amount of money, but there's only so much people can do. And if PSA is not going to put in the effort to try to find these cards, then unless you physically go into that office or warehouse or wherever they are and look for them yourself, like there's nothing that's gonna happen. John, you know what, man? Put your trench coat on, your detective coat,
Yeah.
waltz into PSA, man, and find the cards.
This is an extreme example, but have you guys seen the movie? Is it Prisoners with Hugh Jackman? Luke, do you know the movie
Yeah,
I'm talking about? Yeah,
yeah, it is. We are with Jake Gyllenhaal and Hugh Jackman.
where the like kids go missing and he's like trying to find his
Yes.
daughter.
This is getting a little dark.
Oh, I wanted to see that one. It looks
Oh,
It's
interesting.
a
Luke,
really, really
watch
great
it.
movie, man.
I'm not saying
So
I'd get
good.
that
Is
into
it gonna make me
extreme.
sad?
It's pretty intense. It's an
Mm,
intense movie, man.
All right.
yeah,
Okay.
but I'm like saying,
Is it
if
better than The Usual Suspects? I just finished
yes,
watching that, and that movie sucks.
yes, it's way
It
better.
has all of the '90s tropes, like the stupid bullshit that at the end the cop finally realizes, oh my God, Kaiser Soze. Spoiler alert: Kaiser Soze was Kevin Spacey, and he drops the coffee cup and it splashes everywhere. Stupid bullshit action
I mean,
movies.
it kind of is like that. Like Jake Gyllenhaal's character, it kind of is like where it's just light bulb. Like, oh my God, I figured it
Should
out.
we become a movie review podcast?
It'd be a lot of fun. I've seen so many movies.
Well, I
Anyway,
mean, we're not successful with the sports card
yeah,
podcast,
man,
so maybe we
exactly.
should change it.
We don't even talk about sports cards anymore, so who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mostly yeah, that's
But
true.
I would go to the I would if it was 40 cards of mine and let's say they're valued at least I don't know $1,000. I'm gonna guess they're valued at $5,000, like $125 a card. $5,000 is a good amount of money. I would, if I'm getting this run around and PSA wants to play hardball, like, oh, there's nothing we could do. And then FedEx
You're
says there's
kicking the
nothing we
door
can do.
down.
I am kicking the door down. I'll be like, okay, fine. I'll file a police report. I want the police to check surveillance footage. I want footage that the package was dropped off and signed for. I want this person who signed for it interviewed. Like, I want to know what the hell happened. And I'm not going to accept, like, hey, sorry, they're gone. I'm not going to accept that until we go through every logical
All of that,
step.
but like we're the little guy, we lose because all of that takes time and effort and
That's what I'm saying.
attorneys.
Yeah.
You know, like what did PSA say that the person who allegedly signed for the packages doesn't work for PSA?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure they do work for PSA. But there's
I don't
just
think that
the
was even
40 cards
stated.
are missing. There's 40 cards
I thought
missing.
that was part of the post that you sent, Eric.
Let me go review.
Somebody have the post.
Yeah, I can just go look.
But I'm assuming they work for PSA. But where are you going with it, Luke?
You know what, Luke? I think you might be right. There might be something in the post that
While Eric's looking for that, let's go with that assumption for the moment. That has me thinking, okay, is PSA just straight up lying about that? Or did the FedEx delivery person forge a random signature and then keep the cards for his or herself?
very true
Why would he or she keep half of them and not the other half?
to make it not look so suspicious.
No idea.
Hey, we
We cracked the case.
Well, here's the thing though. I mean, if you are trying to be on some shady shit, why would you keep both boxes, not just one box? To make it look as if
Oh
they
yeah,
just
Luke
they
is right.
lost.
Yeah,
Good job, Luke. The person who signed for them doesn't work
Sorry.
for PSA.
yeah. Said when Inquiry was made, I was told nobody by that name works at PSA.
Okay. So, what's going on here?
Scandal.
So what I was thinking
Oh,
next
here we
is
go.
Saboteur.
yeah.
Saboteur.
Fucking Andy Bernard.
Sniper rifle. I'm a kill you
Just
for
in his
real.
face. Saboteur.
Saboteur.
Go, Luke. What were you gonna say?
Anyway, I was thinking like, okay, well, can you ask PSA for their employment records? Probably not. But if you're gonna sue them, then maybe that would be part of the I don't know like the legal terms, but like it's part of the documents they would have to produce for this hypothetical lawsuit. But even at that point, like if I'm saying lawsuit, like I said, attorneys, time, effort, even if it's $5,000 worth of worth of cards,
Is there
you're
a
going to be
number?
paying that amount in lawyer fees for 1 week.
Mm,
You'd have to
Yeah.
sue
I
PSA
don't know.
then
Exactly, and that
and hope
could
you
be
win.
that
Yeah,
could be
you
taken
could.
on
You
pro
could.
bono, by the way.
I wish I knew more about drop
Look at
shipments,
look
because
at where we're going with
where
this.
does FedEx's responsibility end and the uh party receiving the package begin? Like, where does their
FedEx
responsibility begin?
responsibility ends the moment somebody signs and the package
That's
goes
what I
into
would
their
think.
hands, and then FedEx
That's
is
what I
done.
that's what I would think, but it's really interesting that the person who posted this whole story said that PSA said that the person who signed for the package or packages doesn't work for PSA. Let's assume that
One still went to PSA. One's in, like, PSA knows where one is, so
I know
somebody at PSA
which like
took the box.
which throws me for a whole loop, because
Exactly.
let's say that the
Eric's really
OP,
intent over
the
there.
original, yeah, the original poster did not include that part of the story. Like, let's say that this person did work for PSA, then I would think PSA has the responsibility for this mishap,
See what I
and
mean?
maybe there's more legs that this OP can get with the story and filing a police report and whatever, and not having to involve attorneys. But the fact that PSA is claiming that the person who signed for the packages does not work for PSA, yet one of the packages made it through PSA's like intake process, that is so confusing. And if I was this guy,
Vicious.
I would not know. I wouldn't know what to do. I would just take the L.
I mean, I would just, you can only do as you can only do as much as you can. And can I comment, when Eric was, like, all up in there in the camera, didn't it look like Jim Carrey from Ace Ventura: Pet Detective when he's in snowflakes?
I'm just reading the posts again.
But yeah,
Movie
I would
review
just,
podcast.
yeah,
Let's go.
we are. But yeah, I mean, honestly, at this point, you filed your police report. PSA's telling you, okay, now PSA's telling you, not only okay, yes, we have one of your boxes, we don't know where the other one is, but the person that signed for it doesn't even work for it. So first off, how the hell did you process a box of my
Exactly, man.
cards by an employee who signed for it that doesn't work at your company?
Bingo. So
Okay, so what, because then how is it for, so then if you're looking at FedEx and you're going, okay, well, did FedEx forge a signature? Somebody took the box, the one box that they do have, and put it somewhere else, and then somebody took that one and processed the order.
And I'm gonna pretend that I'm a lawyer for a second. Um, I would think so. Let's say somebody from FedEx forged the signature. I still think that PSA would be liable, because this it's FedEx's processes are very standard. Like, everybody's used to them, and for any carrier service, once the package is signed for, it's a total handoff to the receiving party.
wait a minute.
So
What if, are you saying if FedEx forged the signature and gave them both packages? Or are you just saying
I'm saying
they've
I'm saying if FedEx forged the signature, then PSA has to go after FedEx. PSA, like, maybe PSA gets left holding the bag, because as soon as somebody signs for the package, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I would assume that the receiving party now has the responsibility for the package.
yeah. But I feel like
Now,
once you
if a FedEx employee, the person delivering the package, did whatever funny business, forged a signature, I don't know what, then that's for PSA to take up with FedEx. The guy that sent his cards in the post to PSA should be made whole in some way. because this package was signed for by PSA.
Allegedly.
No, not
not.
allegedly. It was signed for by PSA.
Yes.
It was delivered to the address, and it was signed for by PSA. Now, if PSA is saying that this person doesn't work for our company, I don't know, have better security for your mail
Yeah,
intake.
that's a big blow to PSA, and especially because PSA has half my cards. So I have to. So if I'm the person, I have to then assume PSA, you screwed up, you lost my box because you have half my cards in possession. Like you have that. And if I was PSA, I'm gonna sit there and tell you right now, because now, okay, because now it's on Facebook and Sports Card Nonsense is talking about it. They're huge in the hobby when it comes from like a media perspective. Now our reputation is in hand. So you guys are coming at our reputation as a company. So if I was PSA, like Luke said, I would be going after FedEx and be like, what did you guys do? Because now, hey, we're taking the heat for it and we didn't do anything. This ain't our fault. This is what we did. Lay it out. This is what we did. This is who processed these cards. And I don't know. But if I was PSA, I would not just be like sitting back going like, well, blame FedEx. You can't blame FedEx. It says right here that you had an employee sign for these, and you have half my cards. You have 40 out of the 80 cards that I sent in. So where did the other 40 go? Because you have them.
See, and you guys are like, oh, I'm just gonna let it go. It's gonna be an L. I don't need my 40 cards anymore.
Honestly, at this point, it sounds like it's going to be an L for the person that sent the card. At this point, it sounds like those cards ain't coming back.
Even after what?
Even after you find out that the person, like we have the fact that the person who signed for the cards doesn't work for PSA, allegedly. So clearly there's either...
Who is going to make it right? Who is making this right? Who is making the situation right?
Okay. Once I find that out, if this person doesn't work for PSA, like Luke said, we need employee records, because if that's true, then who the hell signed for this package?
They're not going to give that
Guess
to you.
what? PSA is going to be
yes,
like,
they will.
Yeah.
No.
The police can bring me a warrant.
You just said that PSA's reputation is on the line.
What, John, you're going to ask for PSA's entire employment records?
Yes, if they're going to make
that
claim.
PSA to give them to you.
That information's highly confidential. Typically, they're not going to just give that to you.
I'm getting to the point that I'd be pursuing this to the point where lawyers and other people are involved, because, like Jason said, PSA is a huge company and they have a reputation to uphold. And I might get the case pro bono, to be honest, if I'm like posting stuff online nonstop and I'm missing 40 cards, and these cards are valued at, let's say, $5,000 to $10,000. This is a big case for anybody, any lawyer. And if they're saying,
I think we need to know the value of it before, like, we need to know the value of the cards.
Is there a number for you guys, or you're like, okay, fine, I will pursue it? Because what if the number is $400,000?
Okay, if I'm about to miss out on, like, let's just say like $50,000 worth of cards, but if we're like valuing it as like $5,000 or less, nobody's gonna give a shit.
Well, all right,
and it's just the reality of it. You're going to be SOL on $5,000 worth of cards because no one's going to give a shit.
And you have nobody to like pin your blame on. So I'm just going to live with my guilt and have nobody to blame.
How many emails can I send, or how many phone calls that I have to sit through an automated message just to try to talk to an agent before I'm just going, PSA is screwing me over. No one's helping me out. I'm screwed.
I'm assuming he was doing all of that.
John, you're not going to be able to show up to. You can't show up to PSA and demand their records, man.
I won't. No, that's the police/lawyer's job. I'm going to file my police report. PSA says this person doesn't work at PSA. My cards were signed for. So either I need to talk to the person who delivered them from FedEx and figure out what the hell happened, or what if PSA is lying about it? What if they're like, this person is one of our top employees. We don't want to get him in trouble. Never heard of him. Doesn't work here.
So you said you're going to talk to the person at FedEx that delivered it. You're probably not going to get in contact.
I'm not going to do it. My police/lawyer will do it.
Why would the police do it?
Because if I get to the point where I'm submitting my request to the police, I've lost $5,000 worth of cards.
You're going to file one police report.
Yeah, we don't know if this is even criminal.
Okay.
They're
Fair.
just
The
gonna
police,
the
the
police are
police
just
aren't.
gonna talk, and then FedEx is gonna say, somebody signed for it. We don't have them. PSA is gonna say, hey, we have one box. We don't have the other box. And guess what? The police are gonna do.
Okay, then
Right.
you
And
you
then
allow.
you'd have to sue PSA in civil court.
Yes, you would have to take
Yeah.
legal action against one of the. But do you know how
And
much
pay
that's
tens of
going
thousands
to
of dollars
cost?
for lawyers when PSA is like you said, this big
And what
company.
happens
They
if
are a
you
big company.
lose and if it wasn't PSA's fault? And you
Okay.
just sued PSA for your cards.
No, I have to. Okay, listen, for the 1000th time. I'm operating under the assumption that my case is taken on by lawyers pro bono because of the massive company that PSA
Okay,
is.
that's a very key assumption because
Yeah, I understand that. Like, if I had to go by myself against PSA or FedEx, I
no,
wouldn't
not
last.
by your like you'd have lawyers, but you'd have to
Yeah,
pay
but
for them.
I'd have to pay for those lawyers, and I'm assuming that my paid lawyers are way worse than the lawyers that are being paid for by PSA and FedEx.
Why would any lawyer take a pro bono case for a
Because of the precedent and the reputation of PSA. If somebody is sending cards to this company that are worth a lot of money and they could just pretend that they never show up, that is a horrible precedent. And that
I
like
don't think
destroys
lawyers
the
take
company.
pro bono. I don't think lawyers take pro bono cases for this situation. I think they
Also, this can't be the first
if
time
suits
PSA
if
has
suits
probably
taught me
lost people's
anything,
cards.
if
This is
suits taught me anything, lawyers take pro bono
Yeah.
cases for people who don't have a lot of money. That's my suits knowledge.
Okay, and this guy who has, let's say, $5,000 worth of cards, what if that's like a majority of his, I don't know, card collection?
John,
All right, man.
do you not understand that?
Okay.
Unfortunately, $5,000 is not that much, man.
All right.
For somebody to take on a pro bono case,
Who's
to
the
go
ambassador
through
for
all the
PSA
effort.
now?
Eric,
Who's the
Eric,
PSA
tell him,
ambassador in this chat?
would Harvey
Not
Specter
me.
would Harvey
Oh,
Specter
ain't
take on
me.
this case?
Oh, yeah. I'll take the L. Keep the money, PSA. I don't need my cards.
John, this is reality, man. You telling me I live in Toon World over here. John, you living in definitely John Toon World over there. If you
No,
think that
I'm not
like
gonna give up.
you're acting like you're gonna put on your Batman mask and you're gonna go out there and you're gonna fight the PSA crime.
If I have to. If I have to. I mean, what are we talking about here? Like I said, why not? I'm like, let's say my cards are $5,000 and I don't know, I make an okay amount of money. What if somebody has like a $45,000 card and that's like the most money they'll ever make in their whole life and it gets lost? Like, are we just gonna just keep on going? Yeah, sorry, man. We never got your card. Oh, it was signed for, but that person doesn't work here, so it's gone. And we're just supposed to move on and accept it?
You know what? It's probably there's only so much you can do on your end. Eric, Eric, come on.
Go ahead, man.
Let's get Eric
I think
involved.
John's right in theory,
Go ahead.
but like in actuality, it'd be really tough.
Yeah, we understand John's right in theory. But the reality of it is you're not kicking down the door demanding records and with a full police force behind you.
I do get the point,
What's your
though.
number
It's
then?
like
what's the value of your cards where you're going to do that, Jason? And why is
You
your
already
number
asked
more
that.
important
I said
than somebody
if it
else's?
was like if it was $50,000 or more, sure, then yeah. But I'm not saying that the value, they can do whatever they want with the cards. The reality of it is you have one company saying one thing and another company saying another thing. And they're not just small. It's FedEx and PSA. Guess what? Now what? Now what do I do? Because both these companies are not going to give a fuck about my fucking $40 cards or my 40 cards that I sent in. They're not going to care.
And you're just going to let that happen. I'm not going to let that stand.
What am I supposed to do if I
Everything
already filed
possible,
my police report?
every single day. Yeah.
Because guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep going to the police department and saying, hey, do you have any word on my report? Do you have any update on my report? Any update on my report? And it's just going to sit there.
Eric, I'm sorry I cut you off, but please go ahead.
No, I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know the whole case that you're like pitching in your head hinges on this information that he somehow got that the guy who signed for it doesn't work for PSA. So like, yeah, I mean, he could probably get a lawyer, and the lawyer could, if he really, I don't know how this whole thing works, but if they could subpoena sort of security camera footage, they could probably figure out who physically signed for that package and what happened to it. Assuming they have that sort of camera footage, I would assume they, or think that they would, if they're holding this sort of value amount of cards. But
Do you get my
I don't know.
blanket
I don't
point,
know
though?
what he does. Yeah, no, yeah. I
If
don't
this
know if
happens
somebody would do it
once,
pro bono, but
what's stopping it from happening again? If not this person who's already done,
it's
like,
mostly like if I'm reading this
Probably
and I'm on
happens
the
a
negative
lot, I'll
side.
bet you.
If I'm
It's
reading
just-
this, I'm like, man, I could just go work at PSA and just sign any fucking name and just take anything I want.
Yep. I'm telling
my
you
point.
right now,
It's
this
like, that's
probably happens
an
a
issue,
lot
yeah.
where people, there's no way you're grading millions of cards every single year and you don't lose a card or two. There's no fucking way. There's no way that's happening. And I think PSA just is like, whoops, sorry. You know, hey, what did you do with it? Like, what did you do before? Or maybe you should talk to the person that dropped it off, because that can't be on us. There's no way we messed up. They're not going to take the blame for if they're losing people's cards, because then it's going to kill their reputation. John, I understand the frustration. We're not disagreeing with you, the fact that we would be absolutely pissed. It's the fact that, like, where do you go from there after you have exhausted all your options?
I'm assuming that this person who posted has already done everything that they thought they could do. That's why they went to social media, which is definitely the next step.
Yeah.
Next step
And
after
sometimes
that,
that's what it takes
what do you think? What do you think
to
the
get
next
the
step is
social
after
media
that?
influencers.
What tell us what the next step is,
The
John.
next
What
step
what's
is,
your next step?
Luke, is somebody who is, I don't know, into this kind of law or into this kind of case, sees it, and they reach out to me and they're like, hey, I can help. Because I'm grasping at straws.
If
No, yeah, that
yeah,
happens
okay.
a
John's
lot.
got
Then,
it, though.
yeah,
There's
like,
definitely
you'd
a
be
lawyer who
grasping at
collects
straws.
cards.
Like you would. So you're saying that you'd hope that a lawyer would work your case for free,
At
and
least, yeah,
there's
go
a
ahead.
0.01% chance of that happening. So then, like, what's your path number 2?
Path number 2 of the lawyer not seeing it.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
Or somebody not helping you.
I highly
I
doubt
keep-
that a lawyer would see it and want to do your case pro bono.
I keep posting on social media. Today I reached out to Adam Hoge or somebody at PSA. No response. Here's my email. Here's their response when they finally do response. And they're basically telling me to F off. And I just keep berating the social media aspect of the hobby until I get my cards back. Or at least I get paid the value of my cards that I know that they're worth. I feel like that's the minimum that should
Unfortunately,
be
I
given.
just don't think you're not going to see that money, because, like, the problem too is, how can you put a value on it? Like, what are they going to pay you back? Like, how are they going to
Also,
value your
I don't
cards?
think, like, I think you would have to sue PSA, and I
Yep.
think you would have.
You'd have to.
Yeah, you'd have to sue PSA
Because
if
that's the only way
if
you're
they
getting the
pay
money
you,
back.
if they pay you without any litigation, that sets a very bad precedent for PSA. It's good for you, obviously. You'd get your money back, but then everybody, would come after PSA for anything.
Should they not? If they're losing, like I said,
Yeah,
we're under.
Anybody who does something wrong should pay for it. Blanket
Bingo.
statement.
Yeah. Like I said, we're under the
So
assumption that these
what I'm
cards are
saying,
$5,000.
what I'm saying to you is that PSA wouldn't want to pay you without any litigation happening, because that would open up a precedent that would be bad for their business. Like, why would they have to pay you if they're not being, or why would they pay you if they're not being forced to?
Yes, I agree with that. But that's I have to get to that point, or else they're gone. My cards are gone forever. And I'm like, if you guys want to say, all right, fine, I lost out on my 40 slaps, I have to move on with my life, go ahead. I'm not doing that. Like, you have to get to
How long
the
is
point.
like too long, though? But
I'll
how
email
long
once
is
a week.
too long? Like, how?
I'll
Like,
email once a day if I
how
have to.
long does it take until you like? How long does it take until you show up to PSA, like to Ryan Hogue's office, and kick his door down wearing a full Batman costume?
If you let's pretend you are
You're
are
sitting out
Reinhold,
on his balcony at night, you know?
or you are somebody at PSA. To answer Luke's question, so I don't get accused of GBA, if like PSA wanted to improve their reputation in terms of like being for the collectors in the hobby, if I worked at PSA and I heard about this story, I'd be like, hey, I don't know what's going on. We talked to PSA, or we talked to FedEx, excuse me. They don't know where it is. Someone here signed for it allegedly, but that person doesn't work here. I'm not sure what happened to your cards. I'm very sorry. What would you value them at? And can we replace them with some other slabs that we have? Or can we offer you some like discounted submission prices for the future? Because obviously none of that has happened yet. Why is it you at PSA are giving me the runaround?
Yeah, which is crazy to me. I would think, I mean, it would be nice for companies, big companies to do that type of thing, but they're not gonna. If it hasn't happened at this point, why would they say, "Oh, we will glad you pay your money or give you cards or whatever"?
You wanna know
Because then
why
they'd
they
be
don't
admitting
do that?
fault. They'd be
Thank you.
admitting
That
fault, and
exact
then
if they do
that's
that, they
opening up
are
the door for
yep.
other people to just like, "Oh, give me this, give me that, give me
Hey,
this."
we didn't lose your cards, but you know what? We will pay you back the amount of money that your cards are valued at, or we will then give you some other slab. To me, you're telling me you fucked up on your end and you're covering it up by giving me my money back and a little on top.
Which like by the way, I believe that to be the case since somebody signed for the package. Like that's where if I have to choose sides right now, like I think PSA
I
is at
think
fault.
PSA, yeah,
I think PSA is at
100%.
fault. My whole point though is that they are not going to pay up to anything unless they're legally forced to. I that's
And
also another guess. Like who knows? Like
you're not
maybe
willing
this
to
gets
take it that far.
resolved.
You're saying you're not going to go legally. You're just going to let the
No,
cards
because
go.
I'll have to pay for lawyers and like I have a job.
Time. Yep.
I have shit
Money.
to do. Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, when it all comes down to it, PSA doesn't care. They don't care because guess what? The next morning they're going to wake up and they're going on as business as usual. And hey, customer service, answer his email back when you have time. Tell him this is still the same answer. We don't have those cards. Sorry. We don't know what to tell you. Or,
And
hey, we're working on it. Don't worry about it. We're
What,
working on it.
what about small claims court?
don't worry
Yeah,
about it,
there's
Eric.
plenty of
It's not going to
legal
happen.
action that you can take, but
I
it's
mean, like,
just
isn't that like a more like instead of suing PSA, like,
yeah,
couldn't you
take
just
them on Judge
file a
Judy.
claim and do like small claims if you knew how much was in that box?
I
If it
agree with
was
that.
like small enough, I guess. I don't know.
Feel like I would win that
Is our
case
happy
if I had to
medium we can
represent
end
myself.
on?
John's so mad.
Everybody's so
I am
angry at
mad.
each other.
John's so mad. But you
I
know
want to
what?
point
See,
out,
John's the Batman of the hobby. Like you need John in the hobby because like he's ride or die for the collectors and for what
yeah,
is right in the hobby.
exactly right. Like if I had to defend myself in a case in claims court in front of
If you
Judge
guys have
Judy,
any cases that you need pro bono, go to John.
I can't afford to do anything legally. I can't even afford to finish this podcast. But if I had to defend myself in this case, I feel like I would win. I have all like the information that I've been given, my receipts, I have my cards. It's like I deserve some sort of retribution, and then that'll be fine. I want my money to I want the value of my cards, or I want my cards back. That's all I want. And I did my part. The other two parties did not. So what's going on here? And why does the big guy always win? And and like I said before, let's pretend today it's me for $5,000. Tomorrow it's somebody who's like sending like their most expensive thing of their life to PSA, and this happens, and they just get to continue on their day, not having any sort of accountability. So whatever, man, that's fine. We've talked way too
I
freaking
mean,
long.
not to prolong it, but like, no, yeah, not to prolong it, but like, you look up psacard.com/info/PSA vault. It literally says secured insured. connected, secure
There you go,
storage. Items are 100% insured. So like there is like a case there.
We got it.
Shout out to
There is.
Chelsea. She sent me that. She's like, she's pissed now.
Thank you, Chelsea. I hope she's on my side.
All right, John.
Yeah. We talked
She
way
is.
too
She's
long about that,
100% on your side.
and it's
All
time
right, John. Take it away, man. You can.
Okay.
Yeah, damn. That was. We didn't even
bad.
get to any of the other
Very
topics
bad.
we wanted to
Very,
talk
very
about.
bad.
Yeah,
That was
wrap
great.
it.
No,
we went on
that
a
was
legal
good.
rant with no legal background.
That was awesome.
Yeah, sure. Thank you everybody for listening.
That's what we love to do, baby. We just play
couple
armchair
jabronis.
lawyer, we play armchair businessman, we play armchair quarterback, we play armchair everything. We will
We're
promise
all
to be
dumb.
your best armchair person.
We're all dum-dums.
Yeah. Thank you everybody for listening.
John,
This podcast episode was mostly dedicated to Jelly Cards playing lawyer/advocate for PSA, FedEx, and hobbyists. So if you've made it this far, please reach out. Please let us know what you think. Please let us know what you would do. I would love to have this discussion with everybody in the hobby, and especially the person who actually is involved. I want to know if he took the steps to like record the cards or document the cards, have some sort of proof that he had those cards in his possession. I feel like that also helps my case, especially if he did. But yeah, before that, this is going to make me, we didn't even talk about anything really hobby related. We started talking about, we did our show and tell, and then we started yelling at each other about Vlad Senior versus PCA. And then we moved on to this, and that's where we finished. So please follow Jelly Cards on Instagram, X, YouTube. Listen to the Jelly Cards podcast on both Apple and Spotify. If you enjoy these ridiculous podcasts, please give us a rating. It would mean a lot to me. It would really make my day. And yeah, anything else, just reach out to us. And hope we have an amazing week and an amazing weekend ahead. And as always, keep spreading the love of this hobby from Jelly Cards.